Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm so glad that you have joined in again tonight for another Connect Duluth show. Now, what we've learned about this show is that maybe we don't have a lot of live audience at the moment streaming, but we keep showing this throughout the week. We keep streaming it, and people are watching it later on down the road. So thank you for joining in. We're all about bringing you information about Duluth, connecting you with Duluth. I have girl power with me tonight, and I'm happy to introduce our guest tonight. We have Councilmember Thomas here.
Hi.
And this will be her third Connect Duluth show, so happy to have you back.
Thank you.
And we also have with us tonight Chief Carruth. She is the chief of our Duluth Public Safety Department, so we'll be asking her some questions, and you've even sent in some questions in advance, so we'll be having a conversation with you in just a minute. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
All right, this is a good time for me to mention our giveaway. If you comment tonight on anything that we are talking about tonight, we're going to randomly draw your name, and these are the prize. You'll get all of these things. You get a, what's it called now?
A fanny pack.
I don't think you call them fanny packs anymore. What do you call them over there on the side? Okay, they're all saying fanny pack.
Fanny pack.
I think there's another name. You can comment on that and send that in to us. A trucker's hat. This is obviously very cool. We have some Duluth High School students here tonight, so they're all going, yay, this is cool. We have cards, Duluth cards. We have a really cool glass called Duluth. This is a portable speaker. And I'm like, that's the box for that. And then some different decals and a magnet. So a lot of cool Duluth loot. So you can pick this up at the City Hall. The name will be called at the end of the show. So make some comments and maybe you'll be the winner. All right, I want to announce to you that on November the 15th, we'll have our next Connect Duluth show. And this show is going to be led by students from Duluth High School. And they're actually here tonight. They're taking notes and they're watching and seeing how everything takes place. So on November the 15th, please join in. They're going to be sitting right up here running the show, and we want you to learn all about how great Duluth High School is, how lucky we are to have it in our community. So mark your calendar for that. All right, we will move right into the discussion or conversation with the chief. I want to give you just a little background on Chief Carruth. She is not new to Duluth. She actually was hired in 1996, and she's been with our department here in Duluth for 26 years. Being named recently as the first female chief in the city of Duluth 100-year history, the department's history, and also one of only about 3% of the police chiefs in the state who are female. Well, that is not why we chose her. We chose her because she's very, very qualified for this position. Having been here for 26 years, she knows the community, she knows the streets, she knows our habits, she knows our trends, and she's been well trained to take on this position. It was not a surprise at all to the department when she was named the chief. The department was expecting and hoping to have Chief Carruth as their leader. Listen to some of her preparation work. She holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in psychology, which is a great thing to have, and a Master's of Public Administration degree from Columbus State University's Law Enforcement Command College. She was also a graduate of the FBI National Academy. And the list really does go on and on. Her extensive training in law enforcement is exactly what we needed for a smooth transition after Chief Belcher retired. He chose Chief Carruth, and he prepared her for this position. So it was with great confidence that we appointed you.
Thank you.
So thank you for saying yes. And what we want to do now is just go into a conversation with you about some things. So Councilmember Thomas, will you start us off?
Sure. You know, we have a very diverse community, and one of the things that we want to know is what is the Duluth Police Department doing in an outreach to all the citizens?
Well, we have a couple of programs. going on right now, actually. Right now we have Citizens Police Academies going on. We have an English-speaking Citizens Police Academy and also a Spanish-speaking one. They're both very popular programs. Like I said, they're going on right now. And they just kind of give us an opportunity to interact with the community. The students who are in the class are very engaged in their community already, and so it just gives them a chance, or gives us a chance to be involved and interact with them for positive reasons. So that's one of our programs, but we also have others too. We've done several Coffee with the Cops programs. Those are really popular. Usually what we do is we pick an establishment somewhere here in the city. We advertise it on our social media, and then people from the community can just come and talk in a casual setting. We usually have several officers there, where they can just kind of kick back and just ask the questions that they always wanted to ask, or just, again, another reason to interact with our police department and our citizens for positive reasons.
That's a cool idea. I want to come to one of those.
Yeah.
What kind of questions do they ask you?
A lot of times we get questions about what is the biggest crime happening in the city, or just a general question, is Duluth safe? And I'm proud to say that yes, it's very safe. It's not that nothing goes on here, but we don't have a lot of the bigger crimes happening all of the time like some other places. Just general questions
What's
like
the
that.
average age that comes to this coffee? Is there an average age?
I don't think so. It's kind of, the last one we had actually was Coffee with the Chief, and we had that over at Maple Street Biscuit, and it was a wide range. I mean, some people came even with their children,
that.
it's just all over the place. So,
cool.
yeah, some people, they were going there anyway, and then some people made it a point to go there, but we didn't care. It was just, it's one of our, as officers, these outreach programs are some of our favorite things to do. We look forward to it. Same thing with Citizens Police Academy and these Coffee with the Chief and stuff. It's just, it's kind of a good reminder of why we're in this business. It's making connections with the community.
Their
That's
booth
great.
was very popular during the Duluth Fall Festival.
Right.
The police had a booth, and it was very popular. All the kids were
Yes.
stopping by.
Yes. Yeah.
Our student league class will be coming next month.
Yes.
And that's
Yes.
absolutely one of their favorite classes, is to come in here and learn what all you do. It's really impressive.
Yeah, we look forward. Thank you. We look forward to it too. It's one of our favorite things to do.
So talking about all the things you do, what are some of the other services that you offer?
Some of the services that we offer, free services, one of our most popular one that it surprises me that people still don't know about it, but if you live here in the city of Duluth and you're going on vacation, we have this form that you fill out. You can fill it out online. It's free. It's called Vacation House Check. And so basically you just fill out information about the dates that you'll be gone and what kind of cars should be in your driveway, or who might be there checking on the pets, or things like that. So you fill out this simple form online, and then at least at a minimum of twice a day, an officer will go by your house, check all the windows and doors and make sure everything's secure and nothing looks, out of place or anything like that. And you can, a lot of people now with, the Ring cameras and stuff, they'll see the officers walking around the house, and it's just kind of like an added peace of mind or measure of security, because if you're gone for 2 weeks and your house happens to be burglarized, at the beginning of that time, certainly you would want to know that. So we have a lot of people that take advantage of that, and we're glad to do it. And like I said, that is a free service. We have other programs too. For instance, a lot of transactions are done, or sales are done through online services like Facebook Marketplace or different things like that. So if you're looking for a place to sell your item or exchange, money for whatever it is you're selling, we you always could do this anyway, but we encourage people to come to our parking lot or even in our police department lobby where it is a safe place, it is on camera, and, you can just feel secure about,
great
handing
idea.
over money or whatever it is you're doing. So we encourage people to do that too. They were doing that before, but some people are like, hey, that's a good idea, especially given the fact that pretty much everything is on camera, at the PD, in the parking lot. So.
Well, we have one citizen that had asked about, we're very safe in the community, but we see that there is increased crime all around us. So what are we
Right.
doing to make sure that it doesn't spread to Duluth?
Well, we do several things. Our strategy, and this was true of when Chief Belcher was in charge of the police department. I always say that he always had us on the right path. He set us on a right path of strategies to combat crime, because our crime stats here in Duluth are very low. So some of the things that we do, it's not as unique as it was before to Duluth, but our camera program. So our camera program has been instrumental in solving crimes and helping prosecute crimes. So we have cameras in the downtown area. I always say, you really can't get away with anything downtown. And we hope word spreads around that you really can't, because we solved several crimes that have happened going through the downtown area or in the downtown area by identifying suspects and so forth. So our camera program has been a big part of that. Also, on the borders of all of the streets that come into the city, we have the tag readers, and so pretty much it alerts you if a wanted person or something like that comes in the city. So our camera program is a big part of that. Another thing I think is a big part of that is our traffic enforcement. You always hear Duluth, you don't want to speed in Duluth,
Yeah.
and that is very true, but
That is very true.
Yes.
it is.
And
But
I don't want to. Right.
it's right.
I'm habit now.
Well, another thing that people don't think of that accomplishes is if you're a criminal, you drive into the city limits of Duluth and you see the streets lit up with people being pulled over. You don't want to come here for that reason. Speeding or not, you just know that police around and like, hey, this is a police department that takes care of its community and really takes the safety of its citizens seriously. So we're out there, doing traffic and one of the other things I'll say is that we maintain high standards of policing, and that starts from the beginning. From when we hire an officer, we have high standards. We don't just hire anyone. We hire motivated individuals, officers who want to get out there, who are motivated to stop crime and protect people. That's why you get into this business. So we start from the hiring process, maintaining high standards, and then we have high accountability for our officers when they do end up working here, and it just goes from there. So I think maintaining high standards of policing and quality of officers that we have here, really all of that together makes for a safe community because we care. And you'll see, Duluth has one of the lowest crime rates around, if not the lowest, in Gwinnett County. We're proud of it. But I like to say we're not lucky. It's by design because we're working hard to do that. And I mean that from the top down, from our city officials
And
on
I was
down.
going to add, this is a perfect moment. Our council does totally support public safety. In fact, we
Yes.
really strive to keep their salary competitive.
Yes.
And we've really made an effort to do that so people will want to work here.
Right, and we really appreciate that, and it has made a difference. We are really competitive with other agencies. All police departments. There, it's been a struggle to get people to want to do this job. So, my thanks go to our city officials, city council members, for allowing us to pay our officers competitively, so we don't lose officers and we gain quality ones. So thank you.
And I can appreciate the diversity on the department because it is one of the most diverse departments in the city.
Yeah,
We have
great.
a large number of the local languages that are spoken by the officers.
Right.
And then in addition to that, the training, the simulator, all of the training that our officers go through that I feel
Yes.
that they're equipped to handle any of the situations, including all of the ones that don't deal with crime but mental health.
Yes,
Right.
thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. We have, we're working towards getting all of our officers certified in crisis intervention training. It's such good training in dealing with those mental health calls, which, over the past couple of years, we've gotten more and more. And, of course, with the hospital here in the city, it's just increased because of that too. So I'm glad to say that we have many well-trained officers, and we're working towards getting them all trained in that capacity. So,
I want to circle back to the cameras.
yes.
And I wanted you to talk for a minute about the camera room and
Yes.
how that operates, because that's a fascinating process, and it works.
Yeah, so we're really proud of our camera room. So here in Little...
Located in public safety.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's in the public safety building. We have a room that is we have 2 full-time camera monitors and 2 part-time camera monitors. And so what they do is we have cameras set up throughout the city. We're working towards getting all of our city establishments to be on camera, but they watch different areas of the city. Our intersections, all of the major intersections are on camera. I think there's something like 350 different views that you can get throughout the city. And so they're in there watching the cameras, and there's just a lot. We're adding more and more. And these camera monitors, they will, it's to the point where if an accident happens and an officer gets dispatched to an accident, our camera monitors will have already found that accident because it's on camera and have emailed it to the officer. So there's no question as to what happened. And so there's numerous stories like that where crimes have been solved, or where we've had nothing to go on, nothing other than what we spotted on camera. We had, we had a couple of hit and runs where the person unfortunately died, and we had nothing to go on except the cameras. Before the cameras, we would have no idea if there's no evidence, but now it's opened up a whole new world for us, and it's something to be proud of, to the point where other agencies, bigger, larger agencies, have come to see our setup and how we do it, and just get to know, because they want to do that for their city, because they've seen the success that we've had. So it's something we're very proud of, and we would love to, expand and,
It's very impressive.
And
Thank
people
you.
get to see it if they join the police academy, right?
That's right.
So you get a walkthrough.
That's
Plug.
right.
Yeah.
That and many more fun things. But yes.
Okay.
Are there any other questions? How about the text alert? Did you want to talk about that for a minute?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. So something that you can sign up for if you want to be, through the city, if you want to be alerted about any critical incidents happening, or any serious weather coming through, or anything like that. The city has set up a text alert where you have to, all you do is text the word Duluth to 888-777. I'll say it again, it's 888-777. And you just text the word Duluth to that, and then you'll be set up for any emergency alerts, which I think is, that's how people want to stay connected now, through their phone. So I signed up for it myself.
did.
Right.
Marlene, are there 6 other cities with police? I couldn't remember the number. Do you happen to know, Chief? 6,
With their own police?
In Gwinnett.
I believe it's
Oh.
6 or 8,
I'm not
maybe?
sure what the latest number is.
The point I'm making,
yeah.
I'm going to make is, we have 16 cities in Gwinnett County, and only a handful, 6 or 8 of us, have city police departments. And I just consider it to be our greatest amenity. We pay for it with our city taxes, and I feel safer living here because of this amenity.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
Certainly.
if you live in unincorporated Duluth, you would be calling the Gwinnett County Police, and that's also an excellent department. But if you think about, only about 30% of the residents in Gwinnett County live within cities. So automatically, that's a smaller audience that this group of police are asked to serve and protect. So obviously, the call time's going to be quicker. They're going to be able to be at emergencies much quicker, and I just think it's a great asset for us.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, anything else we want to ask or add?
Well, one thing to mention that most people don't know about is that in addition to having the 911 service, we do have one number that is for non-emergencies. And that number is,
It is, the non-emergency number is 770-476-4151. But we encourage people, if they're having an emergency, just dial 911.
It's
Yes.
in my phone, Duluth
Yep.
Police.
Right.
yes. So you have both
Thank you
options.
for mentioning that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
All right, we will now pause for a few minutes. You're going to watch a video, and then we're going to be back and answer some of your pre-submitted questions. So thank you, Chief, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, we're back. You pre-submit questions to us, and that helps us a lot because Councilmember Thomas and I don't know all the answers, do we?
Right.
We rely on our staff to keep us informed as well. So when you send these questions in ahead of time, we're able to get the answers for you. So that's what we're going to spend a few minutes doing. And I'm going to ask you to go with the first question.
Okay. And again, it was very active, so we got a lot of questions this time. That is good to hear because people are very interested on getting to know what is going on with the city. One of the things that they asked us about was, how do you get more involved? You know, we mentioned the Police Academy, but there is also our 14th annual LEAD program. We'll start the first quarter of 2023. And that is where you learn all about the city, all the departments, get to meet some of the great people that work here. And the applications will be open on the website in December. So if you're interested in learning more about the city, and it's a great program. Actually, I attended the first one. So 14th year going on with the annual LEAD Academy.
There are other ways, too, you can get involved. Just come into the events and come into our meetings, just getting engaged in some of the nonprofits here in Duluth are all ways to get involved because we focus on those as well, so we'd love to have you involved. Next question is about Rogers Bridge.
Well, and this one is really exciting for me. It's very close to where I live.
Yeah.
And now with the addition of the sidewalks that are coming from Gwinnett County on Peachtree Industrial, we're having the sidewalks. The park is moving along. The bridge is in is in place. It has been in place for a few months now. There's work being done in phases. So there will be the bathrooms, very important when you're out there.
Right.
And then, yes. So the places for the people to drop off their vehicles in kayak or tubing. So we expect that to be done,
Well, we're doing it in phases.
Correct.
And right now, phase 1 is taking place, and you can actually drive down there and kind of peek and look. The restroom building has started. It has walls now. Phase 2 is being updated and is not ready for construction. They expect this to be ready early in 2023. So if you would like to actually see the plans, just contact the planning department and they can show you the big picture. This will one day be a premier park.
Yeah.
We have big dreams for this. Just how lucky are we to have public access to the Chattahoochee River?
Yeah, there will be a lot of great things. You can go over to Jones Creek and take advantage of the park. There will be a river walk, so you actually can walk along the path and then be along the river. So if you have not been, the dog park is there too. So for those that have been asking about dog parks in the city, we do have one there in Rogers Bridge.
The public art will also be being erected in the next few months, and that will open up with phase 1. So Rogers Bridge is going to be a very cool park. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, me too.
All right, the next question is, somebody walks around downtown Duluth a lot because they would not have noticed already they're putting brick on the new LR Burger, which is just right on Main Street next door to Taylor Park. And this particular person did not like the brick.
Yeah.
But I went by earlier and I really like the brick. So, I think it's a matter of taste. We do not have input in those kind of things. That's
Right.
the owners of the building and the developers pick those kind of things. We do have standards, and the standard of brick is great. It's a mosaic look. It's light. It's not red brick. So that's what I like about it.
Right.
So everybody has different taste. It's going to have a lot of windows and a lot of greenery and a lot of landscape with it, so that'll probably change it.
Yeah.
I think this is on the camera for you to see now on your screen, excuse me.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Well, and talking about all the things going on downtown and what is going to happen, when we first started all this work and the hotel was being built, the residents were told that the streets were going to be repaved because there were so many trucks coming by, and you can see that they're not in very good condition. And that is still the case. The plan is to repave all of those streets. But if you have seen, we have so much work still going on with the restaurant. We have the Tribe building. We recently had closed Main Street. So there's still a lot of work being done downtown, and we wanted to wait until things settle down to then pave all those streets at once.
So it's going to happen, but I
Yes.
don't think a date's been set yet.
No, a date has not been set. We do know that there's some other paving going on around the city, but the ones for the area around Main Street and downtown, those dates have not been set yet.
We are going to be pressure washing, so that'll make everything look a little better.
I know.
It's very dirty, isn't it?
Yes.
The festival was a huge success, by the way, so it's okay to be dirty after the fall festival.
Yeah.
People expect that, I think.
Not for long. We'll be cleaning up. You couldn't tell, really. There were some things at a place, but for the most part, our crew did a wonderful job cleaning up. You couldn't even tell that there was
No, it's the
such a big festival.
Yeah, it's the sidewalks and the pavement have stains. All right, one of our questions was, what's the next big thing coming to Duluth? And we talked about that, and there are a lot of big things coming to Duluth. So we had another question. We kind of put these questions together. Tell us about some of the developments that's going on in downtown Duluth and the surrounding areas. And you'll have to decide which is one of these is the next big thing, because they're all pretty awesome.
Yeah. And I think we're going to post the entire list as well. So if we don't cover them here, you will have the list posted as well, because there are a lot of things coming.
Okay, first, Taylor Park, which is the small children park located in Town Green. We recently replaced all of the old equipment and added a new playscape. and it's for older kids now, and it's very popular. And then right adjacent to that, we held a contest last year to select a piece of playable art. So a huge, oversized piece of art will be going in between Taylor Park and L.R. Berger in that area right there. I am pretty excited about that because being the art lover, I
Yeah.
love that we're stepping out on a limb and doing something different, literally a limb.
Yeah.
Tell them what won. Do you remember?
Yes, it was a big tree, so then all of the branches have the leaves will be different colors, and, that was the concept. So that concept gets turned into an artist who actually comes back and turns that idea into the magic that they do with all their art and this playable art.
So inside the tree will be, for example, a slide or maybe a climbing wall, or there'll be different playable parts to this piece of art. We actually sent out an RFP several weeks ago to companies to see who could construct that, because that's unusual.
Right.
And we did hear from, I think, 3 or 4 companies here in the United States, so
That they will.
it's optimistic.
The other thing is that it will be Instagrammable. So it is
Yes.
something that is
Yes.
uniquely Duluth. When you come
True.
and you see this playable art, you definitely know you're in Duluth.
That's true. All right, what's next?
So the Thrive co-working building,
Okay.
that is going up as well. That is right next to us. It will be a co-working space. And right by the Thrive building, there will be the parking lot, the observation deck for the
The train, mhm.
Yes, so kids or adults as well. I know a lot of people like to take pictures of the trains or just observe the different trains that come through. 24 to 36 times a day, they come through the city of Duluth.
So inside the Thrive building, there will be a small restaurant. It is going to be a pizza place, and it'll be open to the public. They might possibly have a coffee kiosk inside as well.
Yeah.
So the Thrive building is going to be brick as well. So you'll have to watch and see what color brick that's going to be. Hopefully not red brick.
I don't
This
know,
is
but
just my taste.
yeah.
The train observation platform, I have to talk
Yeah.
about that for a minute. So excited about that. Like you said, a lot of people train watch, and they're fanatics about it. So this train viewing platform is going to be a beautiful open air platform that people can safely watch the train and take photography. So that will be coming up maybe in the next year.
Yeah, the other thing that is coming around in that area as well is the Davenport Road. Oh my God, that project, I have heard about Davenport since I moved here. It has been 20 years that they've been talking about this project
right.
with Davenport, and it is finally coming to fruition.
We've had a question every Connect Duluth show about that intersection, and our advice has been to avoid it. And I think maybe eventually we're going to be able to say that is a safe intersection. It's going to be pedestrian friendly. It's going to cross over Buford Highway, which I know seems overwhelming, but it's working well up at 120 and Buford Highway. We have pedestrian crossings there. So it's going to make walkable downtown Duluth much more accessible. We'll also be putting in safety pedestrian crossings at the railroad track, which is a whole different type of installation. It'll be part of our silent crossing project, and it'll have the arms for pedestrians and arms for vehicles. So it'll be safer. But you're right, it has
Yeah.
been 20 years at least.
Yes, but it is a lot of work because you have to collaborate, with the train, you have to collaborate with Norfolk Southern, you have to collaborate with the state because Buford Highway is a state road. So there's a lot of work that it goes into making something like that happen.
So for now, you have to strategize how you're going to turn onto Davenport Road. You have to think about that, because I agree with you. It's not safe right now.
No.
Right there at that intersection is the Soto apartment complex that you can see is under construction, and it's very attractive. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, and I know we're missing the art, the memory art that was by Truck and Tab. We have taken that down for a little while. We put it away. It will be back up again, by the Public Works Building.
The
in future.
honorarium.
Yeah, the honorarium. So it's not gone. It will be back up in the near future.
Yes. I think that's actually going to be a nicer location because it's going to be within a plaza.
Yes,
I think very respectful.
yes.
Okay.
We have we're increasing our walkability score, so that is really good. Within the city, you'll be able to walk all around, within 20 minutes, you have over 20,000 residents, I believe, that we're getting to our goal of having that many houses
Right.
within walking distance of the downtown area.
And I think walking distance is considered to be around a half a mile. Is that right?
I think so.
Okay.
We'll have to
Like, how
look.
far would you be willing to walk? I think it's half a mile. I see a head nodding, so I think that's right. Main Street Trail is going to be a great walkable, multi-purpose path. It will go from Brock Road down Main Street. It will cross over Rogers Bridge Road, continue on Main Street all the way to Peachtree Industrial Boulevard. And I think you have a rendering of that on your screen now. Phase 1 of this has actually started. They're doing the right-of-way work now. The first part will be from Rogers Bridge to Peachtree Industrial Boulevard. That'll be Phase 1. So that's what's taking place now. There'll be a small sidewalk added on Rogers Bridge up to the Riverbrook entrance. So that'll also help their walkability as
Yeah.
well.
People may have seen where there are these barriers that are already in place, and they were asking if that was for the fall festival, but it was not. That is for that project that is going.
It's going to be 10 feet wide. So you can bike on it, walk on it, put your strollers on it. It's going to be an exciting project. We're actually building in art pads throughout the path, so we can go ahead and have some corporate-sponsored art along the path. So
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really nice.
So. And again, there are several projects to bring in more housing to Duluth. So I know we have Encore is going on PIB, and that is mixed residential. So there will be some homes, some larger homes towards the river, then some mid-size and some townhomes as well. There's some other townhomes on Chattahoochee Trace.
Yes, and Rogers Bridge Road.
Yeah.
Yes,
So-
Chattahoochee Trace is over near Chattahoochee Elementary.
Correct. And again, we're going to post the list of all these different projects because there are a lot of them going on.
Excuse me.
So then, yeah,
On Buford Highway, excuse me, Sherwood Phase 2 has started. You probably have noticed that construction has happened. The land is now cleared. So there are still some more townhouses underway, and the Gardendale on Highway 120 is nearly complete.
yeah,
So that's, again, adds into that number of walkable residences
yes.
to downtown Duluth.
So for all the folks that come and visit during all the events that we have, and they're coming from other cities, there is a great opportunity to become one of our residents. Okay. So then, there was another question related to the L.R. Burger and Drive, and they had asked, when was that going to be completed?
L.R. Burger?
Yes,
And
that
from
was-
what I understand, in the spring.
and yes, say around March of '23.
Yes.
And then,
Okay, so that's a lot of big things coming to
I know.
Duluth. All right, we've had this question now a couple of times, and we're probably going to bring it up to the council for discussion. Somebody's been asking, or a couple people have asked me, is there a possibility of a dog park in the town green area? And, we do have a dog park over at Rogers Bridge. There's 2 different parks there, small dogs and big dogs.
yes,
We have not talked about a dog park in the town green area, but we've had some interest in that. So we will start talking to our council members about that and see what they think about it. I'm sure there are pros and cons to that.
yeah. Okay.
So we don't have an answer for you on that, but we'll start checking on that.
Okay. And the last thing I had here was related to the railroad crossing. the status of the quiet crossing project to make sure it is not completely quiet. There's still the opportunity if the conductor sees something unsafe, they can still sound, so you call it the siren, or if they see something unsafe. But for the most part, it is a quiet zone. Once again, that is one of those projects that require a lot of collaboration and a lot of phases that you have to go through. So now it is with another entity that is going through the process of the approval, but the design is already done, and we're going through that process. We see it will take about 2 years, but there is progress.
It is a very slow process, but it does look like it's 2 years away.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see, how are we doing? That's the question?
Yes, I
Okay.
think there
All
were
right.
a lot of questions.
All right, we're going to pause now and put a video on for you. We'll take in some of the live questions that have come in during our talk, and then we will announce the winner of the giveaway.
Yeah.
And then we'll wrap up the show. So. Okay, we had a couple of questions come in. You want to read those?
Yeah, the first one was, is the new bridge in Rogersbridge Park still on the schedule to be finished this year?
No, it will be maybe next summer.
Yes, because there's a lot, and for safety, you cannot just open it up until all the other work has been done.
We are going to make a big event out of that, so you will not miss it.
Absolutely.
I want it to be a community party, so we'll keep you posted on that.
Okay. And the other one, I guess it raised some interest because it asked if we're selling the merchandise that is being given away. There are many opportunities to win that merchandise. Every once in a while, we have those contests where you go in and do a scavenger hunt or the restaurant bingo. Keep a lookout because there are gifts and giveaways in some of those events. In the future, I don't know if we get to that point when we have like a visitor center, or now I'm really dreaming about what is
I would
coming
love
next.
that. So right now, no, it's not for sale.
No.
But if you know somebody, we might get something for you.
Yes,
We gave some trucker hats out tonight, so
I know.
we'd love to give something to you as well.
Absolutely.
All right, we do have a winner. Somebody has won all of this cool loot. It is Andy Liecci. So, Andy, all you need to do is come by the City Hall, come to the front desk, and we'll have it there for you. So, I think we are through for the night.
Well, I do have one reminder.
Okay?
It is regardless of your political affiliation, really important is to be involved in the program.
True.
We mentioned ways to be involved with the city. We mentioned, that you can serve on boards, you can go to the Lead Academy, learn more about your city. But most important is that elections are going on, early voting started, so regardless of your party affiliation or you believe, whatever it is, just go and vote.
Vote.
Yeah.
Yep. I voted today.
Yes. Okay, that's all I
Yeah.
have.
All right.
Thank you
well,
for having me.
Make sure that you tune in on November 15th. Is that right?
Yes.
November 15th, 6:30, and you're going to see the Duluth High School lead class lead the Connect Duluth show. So thank you for being with us tonight. See you next time.
Thank you. Good night.